Hi everyone, it's Sleeved Christine here. I wanted to do a update for you guys. I am exactly 5 weeks post-op RNY. I had gastric bypass on July 7th of 2017, so of this year. I am, let's see, I'll give you my stats. Highest weight ever, 330 pounds. Oh, my hair's a mess again. Oh, it's so humid. Okay, highest weight, 330 pounds. Highest doctor recorded weight. So what they recorded where I went to have surgery was 290 pounds. Day of surgery, I was 269. I am currently 239, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to be hitting another stall. I stalled for like half a week and everything. Didn't lose anything and then lost a couple of pounds. And then, again, so yeah, I'm trying to think. There's been just so much going on. I was having a little bit of a problem. I went from being able to eat not quite a half a cup to all of a sudden a quarter cup to all of a sudden I would take anywhere between 3 and 5 bites, get very nauseous. I would start dry heaving. Some of the time it would come back up. Like, last Friday I tried salad for the first time and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's the lettuce. The lettuce isn't agreeing with me. But then it started becoming everything. And, you know, I've heard about strictures. And I'm like, well, I'm able to get fluid down. Not a problem. But like everybody should do, I immediately contacted my nutritionist in the hospital that I had surgery at. And she'd sent me a message back, and I'm so horrible at, like, I usually check my email in the morning and then in the evening, but they have an actual app that we use and I don't check it like I should. I should be checking it a few times a day because that's how they communicate with you. The easiest. So I completely didn't know that she had messaged me back. And then I got a phone call from her. And of course I was in a dead spot when I got the phone call. So I listened to the voicemail and I called her right back. And then she had the nurse practitioner join in on the call. And they, which I had even brought up, you know, is there a possibility that I could have a stricture? And nurse practitioner Maureen, she's awesome. Even my nutritionist Rose is awesome. But Maureen, she said that she wanted to get me in for an endoscopy, which I had a feeling that they'd want to do, and they were able to thankfully get it in the next day. So I had it this past Wednesday. Today's Friday. I had it 2 days ago. And there was 2 time slots I could have gotten. One, I wouldn't be sedated. I would only be sleepy. And the other one, they basically put me completely out. And so the time that I did get was the one that put me completely out. And I had a stricture. What'd they say? Moderate to severe. It wasn't severe where it was completely closed, but it was moderate to severe because of, they couldn't fit, the endoscope through the hole. So they actually had to push it through. Then they did a balloon, they dilated me to 12 millimeters, then 14, then 15, and they stopped at 15 because they saw that it was tearing a little bit, which is what they wanted. And what they mean by tearing is, basically it was opening up. So it went from like that to, they said they got the hole, I think he said about that. So I went from a hole that was like that, where they could barely fit the scope through, to that, so I could actually eat. And it feels so amazing to be able to eat a half a cup of food. I'm getting my energy back. I've already lost a few more pounds, because of the fact that I've actually been able to get my protein in. Protein is very key. You know, it keeps your muscle mass and everything, and it's just key. I mean, you need it. I was having a hard time getting my vitamins in, especially like pill form. So I'm very thankful that they were able to get me in the next day. So I did. I had a stricture. I am doing great now. I am able to eat I will tell you though, like right afterwards and yesterday, I was terrified of eating because, hello, for like almost a week, I was throwing everything up. And then now to be able to eat, and I'll sit there because I used to take a few bites and then I'm like, oh, I got a bubble coming up, and I'd sit there here and I'd rub right here and everything because it would feel right here. And then I'd have foam up to here. And I was literally vomiting foam. And I didn't understand it. And then after vomiting the foam, the food would come up. So all of a sudden I'd feel what would feel like a bubble like it would last time. And I'm like, oh my God, like, is it happening again? No, and it's actually just a bubble and I just have to burp. So that feels like amazing. Honestly, you won't understand it unless you have a stricture. Just the fear of trying to eat again and just fearing that you'll end up throwing up, which they did warn me that I may have to be dilated again. That basically from Wednesday until like Monday would basically say whether or not I'll have to go back to be dilated again. I don't think I'll need to because I am able to eat at least half a cup of food. I could probably eat up to 3/4 cup, I'd say, depending on what it is. But I don't want to push it too far. Like, I do have to push myself, but just being 2 days out from being dilated, I don't want to push myself too far. Probably Sunday or Monday, I'll try doing 3/4 a cup of food. So yeah. So I had a stricture, which is a complication. But I am cleared for any major complication. And they had some pictures and everything. I looked at it and it looks like my stomach's completely healed. Which is awesome. They usually say it takes about 6 weeks for your stomach to completely heal, and your stomach will heal around the staples. So I didn't see any of my staples or anything, which is awesome. So yeah, I did see the urologist that day too. I go back November 2nd. Yes, November 2nd. To see Maureen and Rose, see how things are going, my weight loss, all that, see if I could be doing stuff better or see if I'm losing too fast, all that. And that day I have to have an ultrasound to see how many kidney stones I have. I go back in 6 weeks to see the actual kidney stone doctor and figure out if I have to go on a medication for kidney stones and all that fun stuff. Because I already have a history of kidney stones. I have gastric bypass. I'm more prone to kidney stones. And I'm shaking. I've got to eat today. It's almost 9:30. I haven't eaten, so like my hand's starting to shake. Here, put you on top of the steering wheel. Maybe that will help stabilize it. So yeah, but I'm doing great. I'm down to an 18-20 from a 24-26 for pants. My tops, which I'm still an 18-20, more close to an 18. But the 18s are still a little snug, so some of them hurt. My tops, I could do an extra large, but I'm still doing a 2X because I don't like, if I'm home, I don't mind if it clings, but when I'm out in public, I don't like it clinging because I still feel like I am 290 to 330 pounds. And I know it's in my head, and it's probably going to be there for a while, and I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm going to dress comfortable for myself. I have had people that are shocked that I went for it. I will admit that. Some people didn't know that I went for it. If people say, oh, you look great, what are you doing? I'm not ashamed to say I had gastric bypass. I'm open about it. I'm not, it's more like I'm not secretive. It's not that I'm not ashamed of it, because there are people that aren't ashamed they went for it, but they don't want everybody knowing. But I'm just one that, like, who cares? For me, that's how I feel. Who cares? You know what? I did gastric bypass. I'm owning that I couldn't lose it on my own between my health problems and basically I would overeat. Like, I'm not, I don't know. I'm not secretive about it. If somebody asks, yeah, that's what I had. So if somebody is, I've had a couple of people message me on Facebook, oh, I saw that you went for it. How's it going? They're thinking about going for it. Some wish that they could, but they can't because either they don't have health insurance or their health insurance doesn't cover it. So, there's others that they've been trying to go for it and they're getting close to finding out when their surgery is. you know, I give anybody that's going for the surgery, I give them props for even just starting the process, because you do have to jump through hoops, and it is a long process, but it's worth it. I will admit there were some days that I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? And those were the days that I couldn't eat because I didn't know what was going on. However, I have never regretted the surgery. It just popped in my head, what did I do to myself? Will I ever be able to eat again? Because I was freaking myself out. Like, why am I only able to take a few bites? But I have not regretted surgery. I don't think I ever will. You know, I'm relearning how to eat, relearning what my body's able to handle. So far it's able to handle sugar fine, which kind of scares me, but that was before I had the stricture opened up. So I am going to make some sugar-free desserts. I'm not going to say no to any food. However, I'm going to modify it for myself. So I found like sugar-free cheesecake that I can make. My mom makes her type of cookie. She uses regular brown sugar, but she uses Splenda instead of regular sugar. We tried it with the Splenda brown sugar, and they came out like hard as a rock. But the thing is, though, is like she makes them pretty nice size, like that big around, where I'm gonna make a tray for just myself that are like that size. So almost, well, maybe smaller than that, like basically bite size. I'm gonna make some of those for myself, and for my youngest daughter. But yeah, I mean, I'm open about it. If anybody has any questions, if anybody has any concerns, you know, message me, comment, anything. I'm pretty much, I'll answer any questions that I can so far. You know, I'm only 5 weeks out. If anybody has questions about a stricture, I can answer them. Each person, it feels differently. I can only tell you how mine felt. You know, and it is a complication, and it can happen. It was pretty much complication free until then. But we caught it early. I was only not even a week of it happening that I noticed that it was happening, and they got me in, they fixed it. They're really awesome about that, but I can't stress enough to, you know, your surgeon, your nutritionist, the physician's assistant. I mean, the program you go through and the surgeon, like, they are your go-to people. Yeah, you could go to your regular doctor. However, they're not the one that did surgery. Like, always, always, always go to your surgeon's office. They handle this every single day. Like, I can't stress that enough. I do know one person that they went to the regular doctor and they had a stricture. Gosh, it was like a good 5-6 months that they had the stricture, and they were barely eating and they were vomiting. And I mean, they lost, I think it was like 80 pounds in that time. Like, always go to your doctor's office. I mean, or go to your surgeon's office. They could go in, do an endoscopy, and they could be like, oh no, nothing's fine. Okay, that's how your body's just handling food. They would rather you have no complication, have it be nothing, but go to them than, you know, wait that long. So that's why I love where I went, because they do have the app. I can message them morning, noon, evening, nighttime. I mean, 24/7 I can message them. The weekends, I will not get a response, so they would rather you call the surgeon that's on call if you have like a major concern. But from like Sunday night, well, basically Sunday until Thursday, you can message them, and basically you're guaranteed a message back the next day. Sometimes they're busy and it could take 2 days, but I've noticed that it takes anywhere from a couple of hours to not even a day before they message me back. That's why I absolutely love them. They're right on top of everything. But yeah, I mean, so I went through that, lost some more weight, 30 pounds down since surgery. Can't complain. I'm 5 weeks out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit a stall though. I can almost like feel it, which if you do hit a stall, it's, to me, it's not a biggie, because I know that the stalls can happen. But it can freak you out. I'm not gonna lie, it can really freak you out. I know some people that they've stalled up to 3 months. And how I look at it is, if you stall, try switching up what you're eating. That's what I did. I stalled at 3 weeks. because I was eating basically the same thing every day. But I know at 3 weeks it's kind of hard because like I was on pureed soft food and you're limited to what you can eat. But if you're on regular food and you hit a stall, try switching up what you're eating, and see if that helps. That's basically all I can think of. When I hit my next stall, if I do hit it, then I know I got to switch up some of the stuff that I'm eating. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing great otherwise. Got the stricture taken care of. There goes my hand again. I'm getting over pink eye, so I got to order new contacts because I was on my last pair of contacts and those went into the trash. But yeah, I mean, that's basically all I can think of. I'm doing great. I hope everybody else is doing good. Those that have had the surgery just newly, hang in there. It gets better. Those that have kept the weight off since having surgery and everything, that have gotten down to their lowest and have kept it off, you know, great job. Those that are going for surgery, hang in there. The process is long. It's worth it. Do everything your surgeon tells you to do. And you'll do great. I do have to exercise more. I've been slacking because I haven't been able to eat really, so I haven't been exercising because I've been drained. But now that I'm able to eat, I want to go for a walk today. I'm hoping that looks like it won't rain. Hopefully. We've had some pretty rainy weather, like it'll start to rain and then stop, and so I think today's supposed to be beautiful, so I want to get my kids out and walking. But yeah, you know, I'm doing good. So I hope everybody else is. I will update you guys probably next Friday or the Friday after. All depends on how my schedule is. My husband just got off the road and has a local job now, so everything's been like, I'm trying to catch up on laundry and just, it's just been a mess. So I'll try to update you guys in a week. And yeah, so I hope everybody's having a great week. Oh, I am 9 pounds away from losing 100 pounds from my highest weight. So that is a milestone. Excuse me. That is a milestone for me. That's from my highest weight. So I'm only 30 pounds down since surgery. So, but once I lose the 9 pounds, I get down 100 pounds less than my highest weight. I am going to order me a bath bomb, from, what is it? It's a woman that I watch on Facebook. She sells oysters that have pearls in them, bath bombs that have jewelry in them, candles that have jewelry in them. So once I lose those 9 pounds, I'm ordering me a bath bomb, getting me a piece of jewelry. So I have little milestones and everything. But yeah, so I hope everybody has a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.